Hello, my friend. Happy morning. Hey, maybe afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Happy Monday to you. I am so happy. I am so excited to join you here today. And let's have the conversation. Let's have some thoughts. Let's share some thoughts. As you come in, please say hi. Tell me where you're coming from. How are you doing today? I'm grateful as you're joining in, whether you are Team Live, you're live here with me today at this moment, or you are joining in as a replay. You are valuable to me. My name is Jana Masik. I am the host of this LinkedIn live broadcast, Powering Unique You. And here, my desire, my passion, I feel my mission is to share my lessons, share lessons of other people, bring you the best thoughts here, best conversation to help you feel empowered. And in fact, start empowering yourself. You are amazing and you are unique. And that's all it matters. And you can do what you want to set your mind to. I want to open up with a prayer. And after some consideration, I feel that I need to lean more into my faith and who I am. And I want to ask my Lord, I pray right now for this time, for this next 30, 40 minutes. I pray for the person on the other side watching and listening. And I ask you, Lord, to bless us. I ask you, Lord, to bless my fellow friend listening right now and equip and strengthen, give peace, give mercy, give whatever that person needs. And thank you for your blessings. And thank you that you're watching over us and keeping us safe. Amen. So, my friend, I'm praying for you. This is who I am. This is my faith. If your beliefs or faith are different, I love you anyway. I accept you and I honor you and I respect you. I know in my life, God is important to me. And I just want to extend the blessings to you. If you accept them, I'm happy. If you don't accept them, I wish you well. I'm happy anyway for you. So, my friend, let's have this conversation. Today, what I have for you today is something of my experience. I start with a story, okay? Start with the story of my life looking back. I'd say 10, maybe 12 years ago. And when I look back, I see myself at that time. I had a second baby and I was working from home. And I see myself working all day long, taking snacks, lunch here and there, trying to manage the household, but working all day long. And then in the evenings, I couldn't turn off my laptop and I would still work. I'd still feel guilty. At 11 o'clock, I feel I need to make a phone call somewhere in Singapore to see how my client is doing, see how things are going on there. And when I close my laptop finally, and I lay in bed, I would guilt myself and I'll wake up in the middle of the night thinking, oh my gosh, I haven't answered that email. I haven't handled that matter. I still have loose ends. And I would, sometimes I would get to the point where I'll get up and actually start doing that. And starts answering emails. And sometimes my clients or my coworkers say, what are you doing in the middle of the night? I say, well, I just gonna sleep, so I might as well, handle the matter, so to speak. I don't know, is it extreme? Is it just me? Do you relate to any of this? And I feel now that everyone pretty much have been forced in some degree, one way or another, working from home, or experience somewhat of a working from home. Have you had challenges with that? So when I look back at that state that I look back at where I was mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, I felt that I could not control things. And I felt like I felt guilty and I felt like I needed to be the best I could possibly be for my job and do the best job with it. It's nothing's wrong with it, but to what extreme? right? To what extreme do you let yourself give so much of your life, so much of your energy, and so much of your capacity and mental capacity, emotional capacity to your job? Maybe if it's your business, if you're working on your own passion and mission, sometimes you'll stay up late. Sometimes you choose to work a little bit extra. If it's something that you do consciously, maybe that is something that is working for you. But I'm speaking to you if you're doing that unconsciously, if you catch yourself. And why I'm bringing this story is that topic of our conversation today, how do you navigate life through chaos? And chaos is a strong word. So I had to look it up myself. And I said, let me think what chaos means. It's a state of utter confusion and disorder. You say, utter confusion and disorder. Let's look around us. Let's look what's happening in the world. It does seem to be utter confusion and disorder. Do you resonate? Somewhat, right? I do not know how about you, but it feels like it. A total lack of organization, discord, clutter, even lawlessness, and disorganization. So chaos is something that brings me personally anxiety. I do not know how about you. So there's a chaos around us, I feel, in the community, in the world, in our countries, wherever you may live. I think there is some type of a chaos manifested in our lives outwardly. And there is a chaos maybe around us, a lack of organization in my house. I've struggled with it. I don't know if you're an orderly person, but hey, I have kids. It's always chaos. And then it can be chaos inside of you. So your mind can be just all over the place. Try to juggle 20 balls in the air and try to manage all of the things that are being thrown at you. And Janet, my friend, good morning. Happy Monday. Thank you for joining in and supporting me today. I'm so happy. I'm so happy you're here. So we're talking about chaos. And when I reflect back at my life, when I reflect back at how I handle life, I felt like I was just going through the motion, trying to survive the external chaos, my job requirements, trying to please all the customers I had to handle, then trying to manage somewhat a chaotic state of my house because for whatever reason, when you have kids, it's really hard to make it nice and clean, and you can spend the whole day. I can spend the whole day cleaning, and lo and behold, next morning I'll wake up and it's the same chaos. So how do you navigate life through this? And more importantly, the chaos is within your mental, emotional, if you're upset, if you're angry, if you're grumpy at someone, the chaos within you, I think this is the most dangerous chaos. And how do we navigate through all of this? Well, today I want to share 3 steps or 3 concepts that I've somewhat of a considered in my life and how they manifest and how they, how they, so to speak, bring forth into your way of behaving and thinking. And let me know, please, if it resonates with you, if you think something that worked for you. I would love to hear your comments, questions. Andrew, thanks for joining. Absolutely resonated. The trick that I use when I get home, make sure my laptop is fully charged and work until it dies. If I'm working on a passion project, I let myself work until I'm tired and then sleep to stay 100%. It's great. It's great to have a hack like this, right, Andrew? And I think all of us adapt, and I think all of us somewhat of find a way how to survive in the chaos. But is a life all about just surviving? Is a life all about just handling? Is a life is constantly have this stress on your shoulders and your back, in your jaw? You were like, oh my gosh, another day. Blah, wake up and like, oh, run. So is it all to life? Is just this hamster wheel? So I start looking at it and I start thinking, how do you manage this? How do I manage this? And I want to share some of the lessons with you. My friend Jenna, absolutely chaos within is very real. So what I would like for you to imagine is, and maybe take a piece of paper and stay here with me. Close your eyes for a second and imagine, just sense, today is Monday, is the beginning of the week. Imagine how your day is going to go. Imagine how your week is going to go. And then breathe 3 times deep. Like, let's breathe together. So just stay here with me, breathe, and catch yourself. Are you thinking positively? Are you thinking you're going to win today and this week? Or are you in a way just like, okay, let me handle this. This is going to be first. This is going to be second. What are you seeing when you're closing your eyes and you're projecting yourself into this day, into this week? Just stay here with me and just give yourself that moment. And also, I want you to really sense your body, where your body is. Do you feel tense? Do you feel like there's a stress in there? There's something that offends, maybe some kind of grumpiness, some kind of, anger. How do you feel in your body? Do you feel connected with your body? Or do you feel you just kind of push your body to go through the motion? So just take a note of that, okay? Now I want to talk about 3 concepts. The first concept is so-called work-life balance. And a lot of companies and corporations and people engage in this conversation saying, how do I find work-life balance? How do I, be the best at my work? And then I kind of detach and live my life, who I am actually, what I enjoy at home, with my friends, with my family, with my spouses or partners, kids, if you have some. So how do I kind of navigate through that work and life? Well, that concept I feel is outdated, and it's not really, I feel, serve you the best. And if it works for you, maybe great. I'm happy. It didn't work for me. What I find I was doing, and maybe you resonate with that as well, is that I show up at work at my best, and somewhat of also wearing a mask and pretending I'm such a great person, such a happy person, outgoing. Well, I am in a way, but I'm giving more boost, so to speak, to that. And then I am getting my energy out, interacting with people, happy, chatting, getting to my clients, having conversations on the phone. And I pour all of my energy into work. And then I come home and I'm like a deflated balloon. Like you pump balloon, and then it's just like, so it's just completely deflated. There's no energy. There is no vitality. There is no, happiness even. It's grumpy. Oh my gosh, the dishes are not done. My husband didn't take the trash out. Oh my gosh, the kids created such a mess. What for dinner? Okay, now homework. Oh, let's get down. Come on. Oh my gosh, falling down and still in my sleep thinking, I haven't done this one, ABC3 at work. I still have to get it done tomorrow. So let me rush through it and get back to this inflating of balloon tomorrow at work. So this how I see and portray, and I think I visualize that work-life balance. And you try to balance and juggle, so to speak, this one inflated, overused self that is not really who you are. Sometimes it's more, who you pretend or who you wish to be seen by others at work. And then here's your loved ones, your family, your real who you are, and that you don't have any energy to show up for them because you've given it all at work. So that's how I feel the work-life balance really didn't work for me. So it was chaos. It was still chaos, and chaos internally is just not, it's just not something that have resonated with me. And then I came across this concept, second concept. It's called life balance. And this is something that I came across about 5 years ago. And I start learning more about self-development. I started looking at self-awareness, started looking at what's really going on in my life. Why, am I so grumpy and upset? Why my relationship with my husband are falling apart? Why I want to be happy and the best mom for my kids, but I can't because I'm constantly raising my voice at them. So I just start digging and looking internally, what is happening and why am I so, feel like all over the place. And if you are that person that you have everything organized and your life is in order and you figure it all out, I admire you. I am not that person. So, so maybe if it doesn't really resonate with you, I bless you. I'm so happy. But hey, my life was kind of messy. It's still messy. But the thing is, how do you figure it out along? So stay with me for a minute on the second, balance, right? We all thrive for balance. And balance has two coins to that, or two sides to that. When you look at a positive balance, I want you to close your eyes for just 1 second and think about, how do you see or feel yourself where you are balanced? You're not extreme, you're not over engaged, you're not over giving, maybe your energy at work, but you're balancing your energy very nice, you're balancing your time, you're not underperforming, you're not overly, over giving, so the way that you are completely inflated at the end of the day, but you're balancing all of the core streams of your life. And that, I feel, is, for me, it's spiritual, it's relationship with God, then relationship with your family, then it is your mental state, how how much clarity do you have about how functioning you are mentally. It's your finances. How well are you managing your finances? It's also your health, right? How do you manage your health? It's your emotional capabilities, a way of connection and creating relationship outside of your immediate family. So those are some domains for me that I identified were important. Let me just take a quick sip. Here you go. So think about this balance. It's beautiful. It seems like balance is mental steadiness. It says it's emotional stability, habit of calm behavior, calm judgment, clear judgment, calm state of mind, all of these good things. And I think the more balanced we are, the more trustworthy we are, the more people respect us. Balance also forces us in a way to create boundaries, because we know, I am going too much on the spectrum. I have to create boundaries for myself, have to create boundaries for others. So you look at your work, at your business, as a part of your life. It's not that it is a separate, somewhat of a domain completely where you are coming as a separate person. It's a part of your life. And then you put a healthy boundaries, just like Andrew mentioned, you find a way to keep yourself in check and balances, right? Even the finance, in financial world, you like to balance it out. You like to balance your, account to make sure it's everything puts together nicely and fitting. So think about that for a minute and see, where do you need to create more balance? And that is really starts with self-awareness. It really starts with examining where you are, what areas of your life are lacking your attention, and maybe what areas of your life you are overly giving your energy, attention, your mental capacity, you're giving your life to. So it's beautiful when you think about it. It's a positive. Balance is very positive. Let me know, how much balance do you have in your life from 1 to 10? Score yourself. If you want to put it in the comments, great. If you want to just score yourself on a paper, awesome. And maybe score some of the important domains in your life. If you have kids, how balanced are you with kids? If you have, spouse, relationship partner, your business, your health, your finances, how balanced are you in those areas? Now, I want to give you a little bit of a different approach to balance, and think about it for a minute. It feels like, okay, it's good to be balanced. It's good to be, in alignment. Now, flip a coin and just think that balance is also physical balance. Now, most of us can stand on our feet and balance ourselves physically pretty easily. Something that we just got given gift. We just stand up, we balance, we walk. For some people, it's more difficult. Now, imagine yourself, close your eyes, and imagine right in between you, before you, there is that tight rope, 10 feet up, and it's a tight rope on the other side. You have to walk that tight rope. Okay? Now tell me about the balance. Tell me about, what does balance, thinking about balance, bring to your mind now that you are about to step on that tight rope? Hey, it's to me, it's anxiety, it's stress, it's fear. It's feeling like I'm not going to step on that. I'm not going to balance it all out. Well, sometimes life puts us on that tightrope. And sometimes even balancing, it feels like an impossible task to balance. And sometimes you're given 20 balls. Imagine you're trying to juggle all these balls in the air. Your job is try to juggle, balance all these balls in the air. And you can catch, you just dropping all of them. And that was me 5 years ago. I felt like I wanted to balance. I felt like I wanted to succeed. I felt like I had so many thoughts and aspirations for my future, for where things are going. And the balls were just falling off. You know, it was just hard to manage and balance everything in my life, although I've retracted from at that point from that concept of work-life balance, and I start focusing on being balanced internally. So again, that perspective is that you have chaos, you have this so-called balls, you know, responsibilities or maybe things that you want to accomplish around you, that things are being given to you sometimes, the responsibility being placed on you. If you're in a job, especially if you're running your own business, you are grabbing all sorts of different balls all the time. You're like, oh my gosh, I need to learn this. I need to grab this. I need to call this customer. So you have 20 balls in your hands. And then on top of this, of course, you have internal things. You have fear, you have anxiety, you may have stress. Again, coming back to this physical stress, do you feel it in your shoulders? Even a balance, to balance yourself can become a work, can become a difficult task, can become a stressful condition. So that's somewhat of a daunting. You're like, oh my gosh, there's still a lot of chaos around me. There's still a lot of chaos within me. How do I balance it all? So that's where I was somewhat of a revelation to me, the third concept. And the third concept is that what changed my perspective. And interestingly enough, I've came across this concept on a podcast from Brendon Burchard. If you don't know him, you need to go look him up. And this is amazing. This amazing gentleman, he just shared that it's not about trying to balance and keep all these balls in your hands. It's impossible to keep 20 balls in your hands. It's impossible to constantly be balanced in all the spheres and areas of your life. It's very difficult and sometimes disheartening to do that. And he shared something that really, really struck me. And I felt it's important to share because if it struck me, if it helped me, hey, might as well help you, my friend. And if it does help you, I am also excited. And that's concept of harmony. And now I want you to close your eyes for just 1 second and visualize harmony. What harmony means to you. What does it mean to be in harmony internally? What does it mean to be in harmony with people around you, especially those you love? What does it mean to spread the harmony outwardly, radiate the peace? It's really beautiful, right? Think about it, being at peace, have the tranquility, have this calmness, the unity. The synonyms to the harmony is also understanding, sympathy, empathy. Is like having harmony. You are going to have to offer yourself some empathy. Sometimes we are our own hardest critic, our own person who beat ourselves up. Is like, oh my goodness, you haven't done this, you haven't done that. You had, 15 things that you had to run today and you only did 2. How could you do that? That's me, beating yourself up constantly. If you're the same way, we need to stop. We need to be more kinder to ourselves. And I want to encourage you to give yourself some empathy, give yourself some break. Allow yourself to take a break and to say, wow, let me celebrate my wins. Look at how far I've came. Look at what I have been able to achieve. And more importantly, who I became. And that is a journey. And the journey is not linear. Journey to success, to who you want to become, to the best self that you want to manifest is not linear. It's up and down. You're either on the mountains enjoying your heights, or you're in the valleys struggling with something, trying to overcome something. So the peace is also, for me as a believer, is resides in God. And as a believer, I have to turn to God and ask him to be my peace, to be my harmony, to give me this sense of tranquility. And sometimes I think about it, I know it, but I don't do that. And what does that mean? What does that mean? And harmony, the other thing I want to share about harmony, harmonious music, right? If you think about harmonious music, the things that flow nicely, the things that sound nicely, they kind of bring this kind of rest, sense of rest, right? The other thing that I found on the internet is here, listen to this, harmony helps people to deal with changes. As it is the concept that ties people and nations together. Isn't that something that we need more nowadays? Also, when you're living in harmony, you share various kind of interests and you accept different opinions without showing disagreement or judgment. So you accept others. First of all, you accept yourself. There's flaws. I'm not perfect. I am just a human and I'm trying to figure out life and work through this at this stage of my life. You have a different stage of your life. You're amazing human. You're a unique human. And you also have your flaws. You also have some things that you're trying to figure out and struggle and better yourself in some ways. And I think everybody around us are trying to do the best you could do with what you got. And sometimes just a different perspective, just a different framework, different way of framing how you think and relate to yourself and to others and to life around you and to your own person can give you empowerment to know that, wow, I don't have to be stuck. The hamster wheel is not just it. I can step out and I can explore a different way of living. I can explore a different way of resonating and treating myself. I can explore a different way of structuring my day and relating myself to all of these different things that are domains of my life. Your financial circumstances, your family, your business or job, your health, how fit you are, how good you feel physically, your mental stamina, your emotional connections, your community that you're creating around yourself. Are you in harmony? Now think about it that way, that chaos is always going to be there. Outside, I feel it's always going to be, and perhaps most likely it's going to get worse and worse. Now, will we allow this chaos penetrate us inwardly and steal our sense of empowerment and steal our sense of harmony and steal our peace within? Will we allow to inject fears, project fears into us? Will you allow fears to penetrate your being? Will you allow chaos to penetrate you? And so it's outwardly, it's in our society. But then most likely chaos is going to happen in your close life, in your immediate circle. Something's going to happen with your loved one. Maybe there's a health circumstance that is very difficult and challenging. Maybe your health condition is challenging right now. Maybe you're struggling with finances. You're figuring out how to pay the bills. Maybe you've lost a job or your business is down. You do not know how to make a revenue. And you are really, really, it's a chaos for you. You're like, oh my, how am I going to manage this? I think if nothing else, the middle class has got hit the most, right? The small businesses, the small business owners got hit hardest. So from the survival, from the just trying to handle life, how do we take ourselves internally and move ourselves, uplift ourselves into harmony and start thinking about, how do I generate peace? How can you think about your life? How can you generate peace? How can you generate more harmony in your life? And sometimes it is giving more time to your spouse. It is saying, let's go and just spend the day, put the phones down, turn off the TV, turn off all this noise, turn off all the notifications, hide the phones away, and just spend time together for half a day, for a day. Sometimes it's taking kids. I took kids fishing. I am an amateur fisher. I never fished in my life. And when I got them the fishing hooks. It's a store. I got them the fishing hooks on Saturday. Stopped by the store, and my son said, no, we need to get worms. So I got them worms, and then my daughter said, we're going to look on phone how to put worms on the hooks. And then when they read the instructions, none of them wanted to do that. And they looked at me, and I was supposed to put those worms on the hooks. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to squeeze them in. So yes, talk about harmony. It was fun. We didn't know what we were doing, but they had fun. They tossed those fishing rods with the worms on them, and try not to catch that big snapping turtle that was floating around with it. We didn't catch anything, of course, but it was fun. So how do we create harmony? How do you create more harmony? Sometimes it is maybe the harmony for you to gain that sense of peace is to stay up and work on that project for extra 3-4 hours at night. Sometimes that to gain that harmony and peace is for you to go out and work out and run, a jog, walk outside for 15 minutes. Sometimes it may be study, read something. So it is not as much as standing and trying to balance it all and being constantly in the stress and anxiety, but it is finding how to generate peace and harmony internally. And it going to look differently for you than it is for me, because we're all in different walks, talks, stages, lives, seasons, backgrounds. We all have different things that are in front of us, different types of goals and stresses that are projected upon us. However, that internal chaos is that what we need to try to take out of our being and peel that out, let go, and create peace and create harmony. That was a pivotal point for me. I feel how to relate to my life, how to navigate. And this is why I named this episode, Navigate Your Life Through Chaos, because chaos is always going to be there. And hey, sometimes internal chaos is also going to rise within us, right? Chaos is always going to be there. It's unavoidable. How do we navigate? And navigating is like a compass, right? You think about, how do you navigate boat in the ocean? There is a storm. How do you navigate? How do you get through to your point of destination? Is having a compass. And compass, to me, is now in this season of life is harmony. And I feel that by learning how to measure where you are, how you are with harmony, your compass in your hands that you hold, the power that you have, the choices that you are making, the dreams, how you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself, the boundaries that you're setting for yourself, knowing that you are your own best advocate in all circumstances. Hold this compass. And I believe that it can help you navigate your life through the chaos. It is helping me. I'm learning. And as I'm learning, I feel it is making a huge difference for me. Just sometimes I go off road and I'm like getting upset and frustrated with the kids. I'm like, go, 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 go. Getting all like on edge. I have boys and they're balls of energy. And I'm just like, okay, take it easy, breathe, manage through. It's a chaos. It's okay. You've got what it takes to get you through that season. So my friends, harmony feels so good. Janet, I agree. And it really makes a big difference. And that's why I wanted to share about it. And, I chatted with an amazing friend of mine. And this is an amazing friend of mine, Jenna. It's always helped me to get outside of my head and spend time with others. Hi, my friend, Jenna. So we talked about and think, how can I serve? How can I help people? How can I share? And I feel when we share our lessons, the things that help us on our journey called life, then most likely somebody else need to hear that. Most likely somebody else may find it helpful. And that's why I want to share with you. And I also wanted to invite you to explore if you want to have, a tool and awareness that have helped me through this journey, and some guidance in how to work out some of the areas of your life that are struggling for you. I will be happy to guide you on that. Let's connect. Let's have a conversation. I have an amazing tool that has helped me, and I got certified, that really shows you where you are in life professionally, where you are in life personally, how balanced you are, how you relate to yourself, how you treat yourself. Are you overly critical to yourself? I didn't know I was my worstest critic. I did not know that I was so negative to myself, and I beat myself up. And because of that, things would not work out, because I constantly just beat myself up. I constantly would criticize myself. So this tool is fantastic, and I'm probably going to build some training around it and work it out. But if you're interested, let's catch up. Let's have a conversation. I'll share what I got. And if it works for you, if it helps you, I am going to be thrilled to offer you that solution as well, and help you on the pathway of balance and to harmony and peace. So blessed that I have you, my friend, in my life. I am so blessed that we have this platform where we can connect, where we can share, where we can learn together, when we can grow together. And I'm just very blessed that we can be walking together on this journey of empowerment. Let's keep powering ourselves, keep powering Unique You, my friend. You are valuable, you are amazing, and go get those dreams. Go get this day, win in this day, win this week, and make harmony to be your compass on the destination. I see you next time. Bye.